All right, everybody, welcome to our video in training on impact-driven profit systems. This is very important for you to watch all the way through before you have your impact session with us so we can make sure we're all on the same page and we can make progress quickly. We want to make sure that you understand what it is exactly what we do so we can answer your questions rather than taking the time having to explain exactly what we do. We want to honor your time and we want to honor our time as well. So first, I just want to say we created Impact to help you make this world healthier while having a great income.
But before we dive in, we want to talk about what impact is not. It's not about making healthcare elite. It's really about transforming people's lives and doing it in the fastest time period possible. And it's also not software. So we're not going to come in and install some software that might or might not be, updated in 6 months. It's also not a funnel in a box. So there's no complex systems, or it's not just going to be a one size fits all, like we mentioned. And it's not AI or some automated bot. We're talking about real people and real transformation, not only for your clients, but for your business as well.
Ellie, these are really great points. I want to stack on them real quick. Not software, not a funnel in a box, not AI or some automated bot. And the reason this is really important to understand is because we're seeing so many offers pop up on the old interweb there where people are like, hey, just get this one thing, we'll build it for you. And all of a sudden, magic sauce is just going to happen and flow into your business. And that is usually not the case. And we want to explain more about that. Now, what impact is 100% about focusing on a better prospect. Remember, we have the magic pill seeker out there. Those are the people who are not seriously invested in their health. They are looking to relieve symptoms, but will only spend a few $100s. They're slow to convert. They value money over time, and they're not really action oriented. These are the wrong people. And we know that there's a lot of great health and wellness companies out there that in their marketing, they don't mean to, but they are literally attracting the wrong person. We want to shift that focus to a better prospect, the impact seeker, one who's dead serious about investing in their health, is decisive and committed and resourceful because they understand that their health is how they're going to impact their own career better. Their health is going to be how they impact their own relationships better, their own husbands, their own wives, their own kids, their own friends. And that's who we want to really focus on. Okay, and Elliot, why don't you let everybody know how impact taps into an overlooked market?
Well, we know this because right now, Market Data LLC tells us that there are 157 million people stuck in traditional healthcare. And what's crazy is that these people want wellness, but they just don't know where to get it because, well, all they see are symptom relief options. Not only that, but the wellness industry is estimated to hit 6.75 trillion, right, in the United States alone by 2030. And of course, 50% of health and wellness businesses are projected to fail in the next 5 years due to time and cash flow constraints. And we don't want to see you fall into that statistic.
And yeah, Elia, those numbers are phenomenal. And the one about 50% of businesses projected to fail due to time and cash flow constraints, which is exactly why we designed Impact to be the right tool. Because what we see out there all the time are people buying into the myth that you need a clock like this watch here in order to affect the bottom line, to boost revenue, to boost sales, to boost profits. But when sales and profits struggle, to get a better marketing strategy, to get a better marketing funnel. Now, usually this is the wrong tool because trying to solve cash flow constraints, thinking that if you just get another agency or if you just get another lead generation system for you, things are going to improve. It's the equivalent of trying to paint your kitchen with a hammer. So what really makes Impact unique is the foundation that we've built it on, what we call functional business growth. Just like in the world of functional, integrative, and holistic wellness out there, when you're looking at somebody and you're looking at the root cause, you're looking at how the entire body, how the entire organism works together, how all the systems jive. And what we see so many times is that people will just go work on one cylinder of the engine and they ignore the rest of the engine, thinking if I just fix this cylinder, everything's going to improve. That is often not the case. So functional means we look at all the systems as a whole, making sure that you're having impact on more clients, having more impact on your sales, and of course, impact on your bottom line and the time that you're putting into the company as well. We also take an integrative approach when it comes to marketing and sales. The thing that we see out there over and over and over again in the industry, Elia, and you can speak to this a little bit, is that it's a one size fits all everything and your business is going to be on fire and crushing it.
Yeah. And, again, we just really want to make sure that we're honoring where you are in your business. And of course, we're picking the right strategies and tools to get you to the next level.
Which is exactly why Impact uses a combination of more than 5 different, very powerful strategies that have been proven in the wellness industry. And not all 5 are going to work for you. Maybe only 1 or maybe 2 are going to work. And that's all you really need. But we have the ability to figure out, okay, what's the big problem in your business right now? What's the opportunity to generate the revenue? How can we get out there, get the messaging out, and bring people in, bring those impact seekers in? So integrative means the mix of the proper tools. Just like in integrative health, it means the mix of the proper modalities. Number 3, we built Impact. It's really unique. It's all about empowerment. So, Elliot, you could speak to this a little bit because what do we see out there in the wellness industry? People are trained really well on their skills and how to improve people's health, but the business training they have is usually less than amazing.
Yeah. And, this empowerment piece is really so that you control and can manage everything and that you really feel that you have the confidence to shift and scale up your business, which again, just like you mentioned, Adam, a lot of times those business skills and being able to do that just aren't where they need to be.
And empowerment is all about helping you make better decisions so you can control everything. Whether you decide to delegate this to another team member, or if you decide to hire a third party in the future, one of the big things that we see, the mistakes that we see, is that people will go out there and they will hire a third party resource, like an advertising agency or a lead generation system. But because they do not understand their own messaging, they do not understand their business, they do not understand the proper ways of this, they are unable to really manage those people. And then they get poor results. And then they blame the agency for being horrible. Another reason Impact is unique because we made it human and accessible. You're going to work with real human beings, and we understand that every company is at a different level. Some of you are brand new, and this is the first time you've ever done this. Some of you have got practices that are more than 10, 15, 20 years old, and you're looking to scale and you're looking to optimize things. So human means you're going to be working with real human beings, not bots, and you're not going to be chugged through a system. Accessible meaning that it can work and it's going to be flexible, and I'll explain more of that in a second. The other thing that makes Impact super unique is, gosh forbid, business is boring enough as it is. Marketing can be boring. No one likes the term sales or even working in that stuff. So we understand what it's like to be in this realm. And what Ellie and I believe in is that health entrepreneurship is truly a course in obstacles. And it's probably the toughest course in obstacles you're ever going to have to conquer, other than the one called life. So we've put a little bit of a theme on everything that we do to try to make it fun and interactive and engaging and stuff you just don't get bored. So not only did we make Impact unique, we also made it super flexible.
So, number one, we wanted to make it accessible. So, again, it doesn't matter if you're brand new to starting your health and wellness company or if you're an existing business, the Impact systems will work for you. The other thing that we did is we wanted to make sure that it was multi level. And this basically means that whether you're the business owner and you want to implement the Impact system, or maybe you want to delegate it to one of your leadership team members, or if you're a consultant and you support health and wellness companies, this will absolutely work for you. We also made Impact flexible so it works with any type of business setup. So maybe you have a brick and mortar shop, a physical business where people walk in and you see them right there. Or maybe you're just strictly online and you have a telehealth business. It will work for you there. Or maybe you're a hybrid of the two or want to become a hybrid of the two. It will absolutely work for you. And it doesn't matter if you're insurance based and you've been taking insurance literally for years, or if you're solely cash based, or maybe you're a hybrid system or want to become a hybrid system where you have more cash based clients and you have some insurance based clients.
Yeah, and I want to really kind of highlight this, Elliot, with a couple of our clients. We've got Dr. Deakins, who is a cash-based system, which went from $20K to $60,000 in the first 30 days of launching an Impact system. And then we have Deepa, who's got a brick and mortar. She's a registered dietitian who literally had been taking insurance, and that's all. Insurance has been dictating everything she's been doing for the past 15 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then by leveraging that model, she was able to take annual revenue per patient from $400 to $3,000.
We also made Impact flexible for any company size, whether you're small, medium, or large. And we wanted it multidisciplined. So this means whether you're regulated, so doctor, nurse practitioner, or unregulated, like a health coach or life coach, that this will work for you. and any wellness based niche. So we can look at having this work with health. So, again, diabetes, maybe lupus, that type of thing. Relationships, maybe it's saving a marriage, or career on how transforming your health can actually help you level up your career.
Yeah, this is really important, Elliot. The flexibility of impact is absolutely incredible. And just to recap what she said, it can work for new or existing businesses. It can work at anybody in the seniority chain. It can work whether you're online or brick and mortar, whether you take insurance or cash or a mix of the two. Doesn't matter if you're a single solo person out there, or if you've got a large company with 50 to 100 to 1,500 people, multidiscipline, meaning if you're a functional medical doctor, if you're a physician assistant, a physical therapist, a chiropractor, or unregulated occupations, health coaches, wellness coaches, personal trainers, yoga teachers, Pilates instructors, this can work if you've got the right things in place. And of course, any wellness-based niche, meaning health, that's usually going to be, physical, mental, emotional health, but the relationship space, like if you can get out there and save someone's marriage like Jake can do, this is really awesome. And just so you guys know, we have a couple Jakes that we work with. So when you're seeing a lot of our testimonials, we're seeing Jake. So there's Dr. Jake Deakins, who's in Spokane, Washington. And then we have Jake, the licensed professional counselor, who is in Texas. Same name, two different professions, two different markets, two different niches, both out there crushing it. And because of the uniqueness of impact and because of its flexibility, it can impact existing companies. So in this example, let's say you've been around for several years or maybe a decade or more, and you're getting out there, and it really can get out there and drive sales extremely quickly. And it can also impact new businesses. And we just want to highlight, we work with both of them, and we have proof and evidence from the entire spectrum of how flexible impact is. So Elia, who is impact really designed for? Who should really get it?
Yeah. So if you want to help people overcome health and wellness challenges, then it's definitely for you. If you want to save clients and patients $160,000 over traditional health care, right? And you really want to see your clients win, it's for you. If you want at least an additional 100,000 added to your bottom line profit, then we can absolutely show you how to do that. And if you want to add a new high impact offer into a wellness business in the next 28 days and start enrolling people next month, we can do that too.
And I want to kind of dissect $160,000 over traditional healthcare. This is what we know. According to the Center of Disease Control, somebody is spending out of their own pocket, even if they have insurance, $16,750 a year. So let's say you've got a $5,000 offer. You save that person $12,000 in year one. Over the next 10 years, you basically put $160,000 or more back into that family's bank account in getting them out of the traditional healthcare system while giving them a better life, while making their health better, while making their relationships better. Like, it's a really, really cool. And this is why we call it impact. Also, you might be interested in getting impact if you want to save personally your business, your company, between $24,000 to $120,000 annually on third-party outsourcing by creating a new client acquisition system in-house. And where that number comes from is we know that if you outsource to a third party on the cheap end of the spectrum, an ad agency that's might be okay is going to be about $2,000 a month. So if you got them at $2,000 a month times 12 months, that's $24,000. On a medium scale range, they're going to be $10,000 a month. And what I mean by medium scale is I used to work for Leo Burnett in Chicago. And I can tell you, if you're going to go work for them, you're not going to be paying $10,000 a month. That's like a coupon. It's like a Groupon for like a week of their time. You're going to be paying 50, 75, 100 grand a month plus media buying and everything else in there. So they're really expensive. But on a smaller scale, if you like saving money and you want to be able to control this in-house, or at least be able to understand how to do it so you get better results if you do delegate it out, that's important. Also, impact is really going to be special if you want graduate level skills. And this is one of the things we really believe in, and that is empowering you to make better decisions, because this is the biggest mistake we see again and again is people getting out there and focusing all their time, all their skill on their health and modality. And don't get me wrong, if you can't help somebody, we can't help you either. You got to be really good at what you do, but we want to make sure you do get those graduate level skills on maximizing your revenue. You do get those skills on maximizing and optimizing your profit streams, either in your own health company, which we do work with people in own health company, like I explained earlier, or if you're a consultant or you're working and you're supporting other health companies by increasing your job marketability. And we want to give you those skills without doing what I did, and that is wasting 2 years and $129,774 getting a master's degree from a top business school like Northwestern University. So that's what impact is really about. And what we want to do is we want to create that impact zone. So first and foremost, we have hidden opportunities in every business, don't we, Ellie? It's all about optimizing the streams of the current sales and revenue coming in while maximizing their profit margin. So there's actually more hitting basically the bank account, the bottom line. Because one of the things we see is that people think they need more sales in order to have more take-home pay. And honestly, sometimes we can keep sales the same where they're at, but increase their margin by 10, 15, 20, 30, in some cases 50 to 60%.
And Adam, those opportunities are literally hidden in your business right now, and it's our job to help you uncover them.
So once we optimize those streams, we find the hidden gems, the acres of diamonds under your feet, as Earl Nightingale likes to say. We want to get in there and make sure that we're maximizing your client results. Your clients, not our clients, but your clients, your patients, depending on if you're a regulated or unregulated practitioner. And what this means is getting them the strongest results possible in the shortest period of time. Because if we're not out there changing lives, none of this stuff matters, because our mission is to make this world a healthier place by tipping the scales from sickness to wellness. Then the third thing we want to do is creating your impact zone is maximizing your time freedom. For some people, that means, well, I only want to have a client load of 10 hours a week or less, like physical therapist Dr. Ingrid Ratz did. For others, it means being able to take some time off when they haven't been able to take time off in years. But we want to maximize what time freedom means to you. And when we cross those three areas together, that's where we get the impact zone. So we're impacting the company, the health of your health company. We're impacting the people that you work with because they're having better lives and they're healthier too. And we're impacting you, which probably means you're going to be healthier too because you got more time and you're not burning out in the process. Now, as we've said before, we've made impact extremely simple, but there is a but, Elia.
But it's not easy. It does take work. This is not a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. So let's talk about how we can help you and what areas we dive into when we work with businesses. So the first place where we start is the structure. And this is where we want to uncover the hidden opportunities that Adam was talking about so that we can help you add $100,000 or more to your bottom line as quickly as possible. So we really want to take a look at the pricing and how you're working with your clients. The second thing we want to take a look at is your messaging. And we want to help you attract the impact seeker, the person who is ready to take action. And of course, you're going to be able to get incredible results for. Now, the third piece is marketing. And this is Adam's favorite thing. So Adam, why don't you tell us about this one?
Yeah, well, marketing is a double-edged sword, right? It's one of those words. I think the only word that people cringe at more than marketing is the word sales, which we're going to talk about next after this. So Elliot's absolutely, you're right. The structure is about uncovering the potential, the acres of diamonds that already exist in your business so we can get the cash flow and the revenue and the profits up. And the messaging, yes, the messaging is about making sure that we're not camouflaging your true value and camouflaging how you can really change people's lives. Now, once we have that down, it's all about the marketing. And there are two types of marketing out there. We have internal and external. So in the clients that we work with, we make the marketing super simple. We lighten their load by taking an internal approach. And that is, what do we have available right now without needing to do paid advertising? What do we have available right now that we don't need to get out there and do some complicated marketing funnel, some multi-step thing, a bunch of lead magnets, a bunch of webinars and things like that in order to really repel away the magic pill seeker who we don't want to work with, and we focus on the much better prospect, the impact seeker. Now, one thing that we're going to highlight here in a second is that we have multiple strategies that we use, and not all of them work for every business. So this stage is about figuring out which one is going to work best for you, which ones are proven in the health industry. And then we have sales, or what we call enrolling. And this is all about increasing your conversion rates so more of the right people, the impact seekers, are saying yes at the right price. So you're changing lives, you've got more revenue, you've got more profit, you've got more referrals, you've got more star ratings, you got more authority, and everything is just working well. And when we do all of that, this is how you impact more clients. This is how you impact your sales and profits. But there's an important note here, isn't there, Elia?
Yeah, so we take bio individuality very seriously when it comes to your business, right? So just like you would never prescribe everybody have the exact same supplement or the exact same diet, we do the same thing with the businesses that we work with. We really make sure that we're taking a look at what's going to fit your business the best and to help you get the quickest and fastest results.
Going back to, this is not a one size fits all approach. We take an integrative and a functional approach with your business. So, real quick, I want to show you the opportunity that exists. This is what we call how to impact your victory. So, if we look at our two systems out there, we have the clock based, transactional based system, trading time for money, and we have those systems that are impact driven. Now, each of them affects two different areas. We have human impact and we have profit impact. I'm going to do my best to make this as simple as possible. So, real quick, I want to illustrate the differences between a clock based system and an impact driven system. Now, when we take a look at human beings, and that is, how are we having success with them? What are our results and our success rates with the people that we're actually working with? We know historically a clock based system, that is where we're selling sessions, we're charging hourly. We have billable hours. We're out there, we're itemizing procedures. We're out there discounting packages and things like that. Anything that's transactional based. We know that that has a low long-term success rate, meaning that only 1 to 3% of the people, they might have some symptom relief in the short term, but for long term, meaning 10 years or more, only 1 to 3% of people are actually changing their health. And as far as sick savings go, what I mean by sick savings is how much money they're actually saving long term by not being in the sickness based system, our conventional healthcare system, how much money you're saving. And on a clock based system, it is too low to measure. But if we go to an impact driven system, the human impact is much different. Typically, we see high long term success rates in the range of 90 to 93%. This means that the people you work with, it sticks with them, which is why we got into this business in the first place, is to help people improve their lives. And if we're not improving their lives for the long term, then why are we doing what we're doing? And then number two, the human impact that it has is that they have a significant savings over sickness-based healthcare. And as the Center of Disease Control states, people are spending $16,750 a year, even if they have insurance here in the United States, managing and mitigating the symptoms of diseases of lifestyle. So it doesn't matter if it's type 2 diabetes, or if it's chronic knee pain, or if it's an autoimmune condition like lupus, or if it's chronic fatigue or anything like that. If you help somebody change their lives, you are putting $160,000 per person that you're working with back into their pocket. And what's crazy is if you look at the number here, and we'll go over what we're talking about as the number, if you work with people to hit a certain level of profit, that's a cumulative $14 million in 1 year that you can transform and take that money out of the healthcare system and put it back into families. This is super cool. Now, let's take a look at the impact on your company. The unselfish reason why we do this is to help people's lives, but we do have a selfish reason too. Let's be honest here. We're here to make some money along the way. And we firmly believe that if you get out there and you help enough people get what they want and you change their lives, you're allowed to have a good life too. You're allowed to take home some money as well. You're allowed to have a good profit. So we know in a clock-based system, typically there's low profit margins, anywhere between 5% to 20%. So we know in order to hit $100,000 in net profit, it takes a lot of volume. So if your price is anywhere between $100 and $1,000 and you have a 5 to 20% margin, that you're going to need 1,000 to 4,000 clients that you're going to have to work with in order to hit $100,000 net profit, not $100,000 sales, $100,000 profit. And for some of you, that is almost $500,000 to $1 million in sales just to get $100,000 net profit, which we feel is absolutely ridiculous. So the impact that we want to have on your profit margin is increasing it using an impact-driven profit system. So we're taking those profit margins and we're boosting them to 40% to 97%. Now, I know a lot of people out there will use big numbers like 99%, but we have several clients, including Barb and Andrea, who are literally online only. The only fee that they have for their business, there's no overhead, is credit card processing, which is about 3%, and they are hitting 97% margins. Now, if you got a brick and mortar practice, you're probably not going to be that high. You're probably going to be more in the 40, 50, or 60% range, but that is still way better than 5% to 20% or even 30% that most people are getting. The cool part about this is by having an impact-driven system, in order to hit $100,000 in profit, it requires a lot less load. It only requires 25 to about 112 clients. Think about that. Think about that. Look at the impact of clock versus impact. So where the victory really comes into play is by shifting off the magic pill seeker and using clock-based systems and shifting to the impact seeker and using an impact-driven profit system. Now, Elliot, I know we just talked about a lot of stuff, long-term success rates, 6 savings, profit margins, human impact, profit impact, but let's give some examples of how this stuff works in the real world.
And yeah, Adam, I mean, this process has helped our clients like Dr. Deakins, who in the first 30 days increased monthly revenue from 20K to 60,000 for his brick and mortar functional medicine clinic. And, he posted, "This stuff works. Just enrolled another ED patient in clinic and 4 more booked before the end of the month. Hit our all-time monthly revenue in 3.5 years, almost 60K."
And then we have clients like Ingrid. Now, she's a doctor of physical therapy, and she literally defied the laws of business and closed her brick and mortar functional practice, and now works fully online. What's incredible, less than 10 hours a week with her clients, all while raising 3 kids. And Ingrid just posted that she just enrolled another one of her hypermobile mom clients at $3,000. She's completely overwhelmed with gratitude and so excited that she gets to do this. Thank you, Move, Think, Smile, for all of your support.
And then we have Barb, a nutritionist who did 37,000 in profit with her first 12 clients. And, she posted, "Holy crap, I just got off the phone with my first enrollment call." And she said, "Yes, I have my first client." So that was amazing. And there are just so many more.
Now, if you're doing the math, you're like, okay, 12 clients and $3,000. Well, what Barb did is she started off at 3,000 and then she slowly raised her price. So in the end, she literally took home $37,000 in the bank, which was absolutely amazing for her. And then another example, we have Jake, the other Jake that we work with, who is a licensed professional counselor. Now, what ended up happening in the first 24 hours after sending 1 email, they got 38 sales calls. Now, what Jake first posted, and he posted it to one of our teammates, Andrew, he says, "Andrew, we have had nearly 200 people reply indicating their interest, and 38 have already scheduled a call with Pam. This is more than I was expecting. Is this normal?" Now, Jake's in the relationship space, so not directly physical health, but more of that mental and emotional health. Now, that was just a first post. Then Pam, who's actually on the front lines, right? She's at the front desk. She's taking the phone calls, just recently sent this message. It's like, "Hello, Andrew and everybody. I wanted to share with everyone on this board." Now, this is in our support system. Jake sent the first email out about this program on January 24th. And to those who responded directly back to him, he replied with a link to my calendar. And as I write this, because of 1 email, I've done 82 Zoom interviews. We have enrolled 28 couples at $4,000 each for a total of $112,000. 1 email. My close rate is an average of 33.3%. Just wanted to share that victory and thank you for your guidance so far.
And then we have Deepa, a registered dietitian, and she installed an impact-driven profit system that increased annual sales per patient from 400 to 3,000, all by leveraging the insurance model. So like we said, there are ways to make this a hybrid. And she said, "I cannot believe I'm writing this, but again, within 2 days since my last post, I have signed another 3.5K client." So this is incredible for Deepa. She was really ready to restructure the way that she was working with her clients.
And just so you know, she didn't sign up 3,500 clients. She signed up another $3,500 client. So
Yes.
just want to make sure that we clarify that there. And then we've got Ed. He's a nurse practitioner with a brick and mortar practice. And just enrolled a $7,500 fertility patient 24 hours after launching. And there are so many more. This is what impact can do. And this is how it's so flexible. It's because we made it unique and we made it so we're honoring the bio-individual needs of your business. We made it specifically for health and wellness, not just health, but health and wellness, for making the world a healthier place, for tipping the scales from sickness to wellness. We have impact stories that we could share with you in case studies. So if you want to check some of those out before your impact session, you can scroll below this video, this training video, and you can check everything out. We've got people from around the world that we've worked with. We've got more than 20 case study interviews that I've done, and we've got success stories everywhere from having $10,000 days to enrolling my first $5,000 client.
And the success stories, well, they just continue, which is awesome for our clients, but also awesome for their clients because we work with experts who can absolutely transform people's health. And so, again, as we know, and as Adam said, we believe if you can help someone transform their health, well, you should be allowed to also make a great income too and have a healthy health company.
And Elliot is absolutely right. The whole purpose that we're doing this is to change your impact, because if we're not changing someone's life, if we're not drastically improving their physical, mental, and or emotional wellness, none of this stuff works. So we look forward to helping you decide if an impact-driven profit system is great for your company, and we'll see you on your impact session.